Alright. Give it a second. We are going to be going over to YouTube and check out the news stories. I'm going to give it a second. Let's go. Can we get... The Laugh Was Us Part 3. Leonard Leroy. Now he's pretty good. Don't agree with everything Leonard says, but he's a pretty good YouTuber. Let me see something. Oh, that is an ugly picture. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me check the inbox. It's gonna turn around. So let's look at some comments I've deleted. The ones that's still saved on the other page. Oh yeah, that's about Jesus. 20 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. 5 minutes is Pierce. Keep pounding. Well, I can't find it. It was one dude. One retarded dude left one retarded comment. Really wasn't important. Let me find. How do I navigate this again? Oh shit, reports of police walkout. Okay. Let's watch it.
Yo, musician and direct auto insurance spokesperson. How may I help?
Okay, so let's talk about the charges against former officer Garrett Rolfe and what's going on in Atlanta tonight with civil rights attorney and Atlanta radio show host Robert Patillo, the mayor of Inglewood, California, former police chief.
Coon. Devil lover. All three of them. Let's continue.
James Butts.
Because if they knew the truth, they would tell the truth. So these aren't Christian men. If they were Christian men, they wouldn't be race baiting, talking about black this, white that, black, white. These aren't Christians.
Fox News political analyst Gianno Caldwell, welcome to all of you.
Thanks, Shannon. Good to be here.
Okay, so we had the charges today. Politico says this: if convicted of felony murder, it's one of the 11.
So they charged a cop who shot Rayshard Brooks in the back. You got so many live streams on YouTube for protests that are on, I believe, the government live streams. The people in these live streams are pushing stupid narratives. You know when someone is pushing a stupid narrative. Somebody said Rayshard Brooks dropped the taser when he ran. You can clearly see he didn't drop the taser. What else did they say? But the live streams you see up, type in protests on YouTube. Go to live. The ones you see up aren't owned by regular people. Those are government live streams. You can tell that by the people who are who control the room. So the people that control the room would be the hosts and would be the moderators. The moderators are acting very strange. They say very weird things. The host, of course, has a channel with a bunch of subs, but the video views don't match his subs. You got one channel with 400k subs, but the views on his video are less than 10k. Like, you made a video 2 weeks ago, you have 400k subs, but that video only has a couple thousand views. Like, that's a fake profile that's streaming protests. So I would say you have a lot of agents who have profiles on YouTube streaming the protests. They have multiple views of different protests on one video. So they'll be looking at Atlanta, they'll be looking at New York, they'll be looking at Seattle and a few other places, all in one video. Now those are controlled opposition channels. Those aren't regular people channels. You can go on there and just read what they type, and you will know who they are. You will know they work for the evil one when you go look. And I know you don't understand what I'm saying. And let me go after this. I'll show you after this.
Charges. Rolfe could face a life sentence without parole or the death penalty.
So he was charged for shooting Rayshard Brooks. Well, I don't believe the story. I don't believe crap the media tells me anyway. Not much crap. The media says we're going to get another stimulus check. I believe that crap. I don't believe anything else outside that. Anyway, if I was to believe this, the officer was in the wrong. I don't believe it, but if I was to believe it, the officer shouldn't have shot him. Because he only had a taser, so all you had to do was fall behind, let him run, and catch up with him later. So I don't I don't believe it to be real, so I really can't comment. Is it right that he got charged with murder? I don't, because he wasn't, he didn't shoot Rayshard Brooks in self-defense. It wasn't self-defense. Self-defense, Rayshard Brooks would actually have to be pointing a gun at, he would have to be pointing a gun at you. He was pointing a taser. Like, the taser isn't going to kill you. If the taser was going to kill you, why would you, I know tasers have killed people. But if the taser was going to kill you, why do they use tasers then? You get it? Why use a taser as your first means to subdue a suspect to not kill him if it's going to kill him? That's why they use tasers, so they don't have to use a gun and kill people. So why are you so afraid of being shot by a taser? You had to pull out your gun to shoot him. So I can't say he shot him in self-defense because Rayshard Brooks didn't have a handgun. He didn't have a projectile gun. He had a taser. Like just fall behind. Let him run and catch him later.
Now, here's what our Fox News contributor colleague, former police officer himself.
Here, I don't give a damn about this white-black situation. These are human beings. This is a rush to judgment. This is to satisfy a crowd. And prosecution should never be based on satisfying a crowd. And that is what we have here. This is wholly unfair.
Mayor, you've served as a police chief. These are very difficult decisions. What do you make of this charge, and all of these charges today?
Well, we just have to back up just a little bit. First of all, let's look at what happened here. We have a young man that was detained in a Wendy's parking lot for 40 minutes. He'd been arrested before. Saw an interview of him. He was a guy really traumatized. Once the fight started, adrenaline...
You know what happened? I want to see where the cops are walking out.
Takes over.
Days ago, about...
Well, it's work completely. And look,
I
I'm
want to
going to
hear
work tonight.
It's not but a bunch of coons. Hold on.
But should he be facing potentially the death penalty? I don't think so.
Okay, they're not going to talk about the cops walking out. So allegedly, a few cops in Atlanta walked out because they disagreed with the decision to charge the officer with murder. So they basically quit because they didn't agree with it. I don't agree that you should shoot somebody in the back or front who's not holding the same type of weapon you're holding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not charging you, he's running away. I don't agree with that. So they had to charge him for that fact. In this little movie that was shown on TV, they had to charge him with something. They really did. Like, I mean, could have been manslaughter, but they went with something else. Now I like this one. This applies to YouTube. This right here applies to YouTube, Google, and Twitter.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming.
Now, the Department of Justice proposal will limit Section 230 liability shield. So when people try to sue YouTube for taking down their channels because they choose to exercise their First Amendment right of free speech, they're not successful in suing YouTube because of Section 230 of the internet laws, and Section 230 protects YouTube, Twitter, Google from being sued for deleting free speech. They are private companies, but they're private companies that run in a country that has a First Amendment, which is strange, because if you want to do business in America, you have to abide by the Constitution. And I don't understand why they didn't tell them. I don't understand why they don't have YouTube abide by the First Amendment and stop limiting people's free speech. So in the comment section, YouTube deletes comments when you use certain words. Like if I say Jewish, that gets deleted. If I say roaches, that gets deleted. There's a lot of words that trigger censorship. Robots, supercomputers, they are used to find comments that hold keywords, and they delete the comments. Like, I can't leave comments under my own videos if I say the word Jewish. They delete comments under my own videos. It's very stupid. Very stupid. Can't have free speech under your own video. So this right here would make it so people can sue YouTube and not get their lawsuit thrown out. And I'm hoping this helps free speech on the internet. I'm hoping it helps and not hurts free speech. So I don't know where this is going right now, but let's listen into this. So Trump did sign an executive order after Twitter had limited his free speech, took away his free speech by deleting his posts. He signed an executive order to make it that Twitter and YouTube, I guess, will be held liable for their actions.
Directly to you for asking a quick favor. Will you add your name today?
Now, who keeps saying, black people are going to get reparations from Joe Biden? I was in Ronald Martin chat room, and a bunch of black people, or so-called black people who go by the color of their skin, talking about vote for Biden, he's going to give you reparations. Like, shut up. You're not getting no reparations. Why do you want reparations? You're going to spend the money and be broke. That's not reparations. That's a stimulus check. That's a stimulus check to me. Like, reparations? You mean a stimulus check? You're going to be broke then. Then you're going to yell for more reparations? Does it make sense? Don't nobody want the money.
Kelly, the Justice
People do want the money, but I don't want the money.
Department is unveiling a proposal to revamp liability protections
for tech platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Google. It wants Congress to rewrite Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act to remove the liability shield for civil action if platforms are found to facilitate or solicit federal criminal activities such as fraud or scams. The DOJ is also calling for specific carve-outs for child exploitation, terrorism, and cyber stalking, and it wants to make clear that liability protections won't extend to antitrust claims. The DOJ also says it wants to clarify the law by removing a reference to objectionable content and replacing it with a more concrete term such as unlawful or content that promotes terrorism. Now, all of these changes could upend the business model for tech's biggest companies. Industry groups are against it. And the big caveat here is that the DOJ cannot do this alone. It would need Congress to act. However, while there are Republicans who would back this and even some Democrats who believe the law needs to be changed, Kelly, there's also a lot of skepticism that this is just another salvo in President Trump's war against big tech. Back over to you.
Elon, that said, these are relatively minor changes. Certainly they still point in the direction of more maybe coming to the Section 230, but given that the president himself has tweeted about repealing it, does this feel to you like it's the first step in what could be more to come, or would this be the total of what we see from the DOJ?
I think there could certainly be more to come across the government. The DOJ has been working on this for about a year, but it does dovetail with the president's recent executive order, which require the...
For a year? Well, that's telling. They've been working on this for a year, but Trump didn't get upset till a couple of weeks ago, so they've been planning this for a while. That's telling.
FCC, or would at least ask the FCC to promulgate new regulations in this space as well. So I think what you're seeing is a number of agencies take this on as the president becomes increasingly concerned that some of these platforms are perhaps violating free speech and also bias against conservatives.
Yeah, and Elon, we appreciate it. If you get more information, please do bring it to us. Elon Moy with the latest announcement of
Decency Act.
Let's look at that. Remove protections if facilitate or solicit federal criminal activity, carves out for child exploitation, terrorism, and cyber stalking. Protections won't extend to antitrust. We'll see where this goes. Now we're going to see if this little show limits free speech for people or what. We'll see. They're making it seem like it's supposed to help keep free speech on internet. But I'm trying to see if it's going to limit free speech. Or is it going to make it a crime to use free speech on the internet? We will see. Either way, we're still going to sue YouTube. If this little bill Mr. Trump has drawn up goes on to limit free speech, the people will just sue the federal government and win, because they will word things that seem like, oh, it's going to help, but it's actually going to hurt if you don't research and look more into it. So if what you're looking at on the screen, these 3 talking points, if any of that comes against our free speech, we will sue. There's this point blank simple. People will sue. Well, I'm not going to sue, but people will sue. I ain't got time to be going to court with these people. It don't cost much to file a lawsuit, but I'm not going to court with these people. Like, for real. No, it's already people that's going to do that for us. Right? No, people going to do that for us. And I like this one. There's a reason for that law. If that law is taken away or changed, then places like YouTube and Facebook will only delete more stuff to protect themselves from prosecution for what others say. It will only get worse if they get rid of this. That makes sense. But let me see what I want to argue. Now, as long as YouTube and Facebook are the only ones getting sued, that's fine. Long as the person themselves aren't getting sued. And there's other platforms. There's other platforms that are real, but there are platforms that aren't government owned that you can upload videos to and exercise your First Amendment rights. But if this law is changed, it might hinder those other websites not owned by government. It might hinder them from wanting. Well, it might hinder free speech anyway. So let's say they change this law and places like TrueTube aren't protected and people start to sue, which is very stupid. So that might hurt right there. So it depends on how we make the videos. It depends on how we make our videos and upload them. It just depends on how we make them. But free speech is free speech. But that makes sense right there. So we will look into that more. Now this is what I'm thinking it's doing. It's going to erode American freedom on the internet. Fake news laws. A bunch of countries have enacted fake news laws. Fake news laws are to protect governments from people exposing propaganda. That's what that is. So if somebody wants to talk about how corrupt the government is, or they're going to label it as fake news. Well, in America, it's called the First Amendment, and it's protected. So the First Amendment will get in the way of anything Mr. Trump or any of them try to do. It will get in the way. But again, we have ways around oppression. We have ways to work around oppression. We will adapt. We will adapt and continue. As long as people can sue YouTube for taking down videos, that's what's up. That's how Trump is trying to spend it. You can sue YouTube for taking down your video. That's how he's trying to spend it. So we'll see. It'd be great. It'd be great to make these big tech companies go bankrupt. It'd be great. And she said minor changes. Yeah, minor changes. Right. And she also said more changes to come. Right. We'll see. Like, people are watching what they're doing, and I don't think they'll notice. Like, we're watching what they're doing to the internet and to free speech. We're watching. It's like they watch us, we watch them. But in the end, Jesus and God will destroy this whole earth. And we'll make it new again. And all those demons and all those worshipers of the devil, all those non-believers will burn in the lake of fire. Like what they're like, really? Like, come on. Really? This doesn't stop God from returning. This doesn't. This doesn't stop the destiny these people have set themselves up for, and that destiny is in hell. So these people will be in hell, and I rejoice that God will be sending these people to hell for their trespasses, for their alliances to the devil. They will be sent to hell, and I rejoice in that. I rejoice every day. I rejoice in that, knowing that fact. Knowing the fact these people will go to hell, I rejoice. All of them. All of them will spend eternal in hell. They would be there with their master Lucifer. It would be there. I don't agree with that. She said this is an attempt to protect Trump's right to say whatever he wants on the internet. But as you can see from that list, they're going to put some more definitions and context to that list on the screen. And when they put more definition and context to it, we may not like what they're trying to do. Wish we would adapt. We will adapt and continue what we have to do. Let's continue. We will see. Let's continue to another video. I know who that is. Really? Danny Masterson charged with raping 3 women. Danny Masterson played on That 70s Show. You know, he was the loner pothead. They were all potheads on That 70s Show. Really? Really? I hope you get a good lawyer. Don't let them Bill Cosby you, Danny Masterson. That's not even your weird. That's not your real name. That's your real name, but that's not your real name, Danny Masterson. His name is Masterson. Keyword son. You know, they mock Jesus Christ when they add son to their name. Masterson. But I love you on That 70s Show. And we'll see what happens. So what, did you give them roofies? What did you do? They had too much to drink and you took advantage. I'm not going to play the video. It's only 58 seconds. I'm not playing it. You can read the title. You know what it's about. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that crap. Coronavirus. I could talk about that without playing the video. 27 hours. Who did a 27-hour broadcast? Anyway. Coronavirus is up in 21 states. China, Beijing is on lockdown again. America is moving into phase 2 of reopening. I think most of America is in phase 2. I don't know if they're going to go back to lockdown. I don't know what the plan is. So either they're going to go back to lockdown or forced vaccination. I don't know. And the thing with vaccinations, if you get a coronavirus vaccination, you get some type of invisible tattoo inked on your arm. That in itself should be illegal. Like, why would I want you to ink anything on my arm? Now, I don't care if it's for a vaccine or not. Like, that in itself is illegal. To get the vaccine, you have to get this marker on your arm. And you can use a blue light. So when you go to work, they will shine a blue light on your arm to see if you had a vaccine. The vaccine doesn't cure you, and it doesn't protect you from coronavirus. You can still catch coronavirus with the vaccine. And most vaccines have the virus in it. So this is like every other vaccine. it will have coronavirus in it, mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff. So good luck with that. But you cannot tattoo people because they want to get a vaccine. You can't add a tattoo along with the vaccine. That's like, why do they think that's okay? Why do they think that's okay? I don't care. I don't care if it's invisible. You want to put some ink into my skin. Let's continue. And again, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And I still rejoice. And these people going to hell. These people will go to that lake of fire. I rejoice in that. Nothing they can do. Nothing they can do. I mean, I'm happy. They're going to hell. I'm happy. I'm happy just knowing they're going to hell. Police reform, don't care. They're all going to hell anyway. Don't care. Rayshard Brooks. Houston plans police appreciation rally. Whatever, a rally, whatever. Pandemic, here comes another rally. Here comes some more mass gatherings, whatever. More opportunities to push COVID, vaccines, contact tracing, illegal tracking of the people, privacy invasion. The list goes on and on. But just know, they're going to hell. These people are going to hell anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, let's continue. No one cares. Confederate statue, whatever. Well, Christopher Columbus statue was taken down in Detroit. Like, whatever. Oh yeah, police defunding, whatever. Let's see what they do with this police crap. Let's continue. Let's see. Police reform, whatever. This was a strange one. 16 friends got coronavirus after a night out. Hold on. I'm not going to play the video. I don't need to play it. I really don't need to play it. A group of 16 friends went out to a crowded Florida bar. Anyway, let's read it like this. A group of 16 friends went out to celebrate at a bar, and they all ended up testing positive. What made them think to go get tested? Yeah, I know y'all don't have the answer. So what made them think after leaving the bar, we should go get tested? Woohoo! Now all 16 of them haven't? Okay. So why hasn't no one else at that bar come forward and say they have it? Like, these 16 people didn't have it before they got there. But now they have it. But no one else is saying at the bar that they have it. Not that we see. So who sneezed? So who at the bar sneezed and took a shit? Like, they just took a crap on the floor and spread it coronavirus. Now who sneezed at the bar and spread it coronavirus, right? Right. I guess they want to get those machines that you step on and check your temperature and track your data. And you gotta step on the machine, you gotta input your data, it take your temperature, it saves it, and sends it to the government health department. You know those machines that if you throw water on, they will malfunction. Yeah, those machines, they want to They want to put these machines in schools, in bars, in stadiums. You step on it, up to it, it check your temperature, takes other information, input other information. We will see. It's called biometric machines. Someone told me a virus can come through your skin. So why the heck are they wearing masks? Like if you sneeze, a virus, it can come through those pores on your skin. So why aren't they telling people to protect their skin? And that's what someone told me. Like the skin is the biggest organ on your body. Alright. I gotta check what they said. I gotta verify what they said about the skin. But just like when you walk in rain, you walk in cold rain, that cold rain soaks through your skin and you get sick. You would think a virus would be able to soak through your skin and make you sick, but I'm not sure about that. Don't take my word. I would have to research that more. Let's look at the comments. I said let's look at the comments. I said not comments. Okay, look perfectly. They do look perfectly fine to me. I don't know when it went out. I don't know how the news got a hold of this story. I don't know how much they're getting paid to be on camera. I don't know why they would call the news to tell the story to the news. Whatever. They're all going to hell. And they're all against God. They're all going to hell. So let's continue. Now I rejoice. I love it. I love it knowing these people will go to the lake of fire. I love it. Love it. They can do whatever they want. They're going to the lake of fire. Like they're going to hell. Like what y'all want to do next? Like what's next? Like, really? Y'all going to hell, yo. I rejoice in that. Now God is going to destroy this earth and make it new. God will take rulership over earth, over heaven, over this heaven. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed by thy name. Thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin and trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, the kingdom, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Dun 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 dun. Let's continue. They aren't dead neither further, so where's the danger? Why the hell are they going out? Seems like they didn't suffer too much. They're laughing at him. I know they're laughing at him. This is pathetic. So pathetic. So pathetic. And the thing is, America can't make fake news laws against the people. America can't do it. Because of the First Amendment, the federal government and the regular government can't make fake news laws. Because someone wants to talk about how corrupt the government is. That's protected by the First Amendment. We want to talk about the corrupt things the government do that's protected by the First Amendment. So they can't bring fake news laws to America. You can't do it. They can do it everywhere else in the world, like they're doing now. But you can't do it in America. Let's see how they try to manipulate and work their way around the First Amendment. They're gonna try to find a loophole. Well, we're gonna see. I see what mask. Yeah, you're psycho. You're psycho. Harley Quinn is psycho. Harley Quinn. Anyway. Now this is stupid. This is stupid from Snazzy. What does this say? They should have known better. Just because it is legal and a mistake doesn't mean that you should go to bars. What the F you mean it's legal? What the fuck you mean it's legal? It's not illegal. It was never illegal to go to bars. Freedom is not illegal, you stupid motherfuckers. So I don't get this sentence. They should have known better. Just because it's legal. What the fuck you mean it's legal? She should have put just because the bars are open doesn't mean that you should go. You know why they didn't put that? Because you have free will. You can go where the heck you want. Talking about it's legal. Don't make it a legal thing whether you want to go to a bar or not. Talking about legal. What the hell are they talking about? I'm not gonna write them right now. I'm gonna come back later and send them a message. What the fuck you mean legal, bitch? It's called free will, bitch. You go where we want. Go where we want. Talking about legal. Oh, shut up. Shut up. It don't make no sense. Take that word legal out. And they give government too much power. They really try to give government too much power. Let me rephrase. I can say that. They try to get government, aka the devil, too much power over humans. Don't worry, they're all going to hell. They're all going to hell. And I rejoice in knowing that. Why? Because it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I feel fine. Dun dun dun. 16 friends get the sniffles and fully recover. That's a funny one. You got the sniffles? Got the sniffles? Well, drink some hot water. I don't know. I guess hot water break down mucus. Now, when you have a cold, you got mucus, hot water, I guess. Hot water and lemon, I guess. Let's go to the next video. This is getting boring to me. It's getting boring. That's a dumb holiday. Juneteenth is a dumb holiday. I thought June was LGBTQ month. It's overshadowed by all this protesting crap. Alright, let's read the title. What does the title say? A spike in coronavirus in Georgia. Yeah, you just had a bunch of protests in Georgia. So, of course, they're going to report there's a spike when they can't find it. So, hey. Oh, there's a spike, but we can't find the spike. Alright, whatever. Whatever you say, people. There's a spike, but you can't find it, whatever. Let me see if they put anything new up here. Let me go to watch later. We seen that one. We seen that one. That stupid video. A protester got shoved by cops. A old man got shoved by cops. He fell to the ground, hit his head. The blood came out his ears. This old lady got shoved by this Arab dude. This dude is brown skin. He's an Arab. She got shoved. They said she hit her head on a fire hydrant, but she didn't bleed. She's 92. The other dude was 70-something years old, but he bled from the ear. He bled from the ear when he hit his head on the ground. So why is it she's 92 and she never bled out? Like, why is that? She's 20 years older than him, and she hit a fire hydrant, but there was no blood. Let's continue. The question answers itself. I know it does. Doesn't make sense, so it answers itself. Oh, 93. Let's watch this one. I've been meaning to watch this one. 93-year-old woman manhandled by police. It started over. Okay, lady. This was a couple years ago. Fitzgerald. What is Fitzgerald? That's Italian. Fitzgerald. Italian. Fitzgerald.
We don't want to hurt you. Man, don't scratch me. Look what you're doing to me.
Also, they had to escort her out her property because they told her she had to leave. Let's watch it again. Okay, as you can see, they were never hurting her. They just try to get her out the building. That's it. It's like, okay, whatever, lady. Let's read the comments. Like, ow, you're hurting that lady. You're crazy, lady. Let me go back up. Yeah. Man, ain't nobody watching protests, man. They was going easy. They didn't do it. Did anybody? These are trolls. These are robots. I'm just saying. This is stupid. Let's go back. Does it look like they was hurting her in the video? No, it didn't look like they was hurting her at all. Like, imagine if she was black. They would have got the water cannons, the canines, the batons. You would really see somebody getting hurt. Like, ow, you're hurting me. No, lady, they're trying to get you up off the ground. Like, they don't have their foot on your neck, their knee on your neck. Like, they're not kicking you in the stomach, not punching you, they're not dragging you. Like, come on. Right? They tell black people that during black and white cop shootings. So every time a black person gets shot by a cop, a white person will say this, yelling and screaming, maybe don't resist. So every time a black person gets shot, they say, well, maybe he shouldn't have resisted arrest. Or a so-called black person. Yeah, no, look at the video. Oh my gosh. Did it look like she was being hurt? No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like she's being hurt at all. No. If she was black, she would probably be hurt, but no. 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 It doesn't look like she's being hurt. I don't know where they get the idea she's being hurt. Alright, let's change the video. Change the video. So this is the activist that was found dead. I talked about her in my previous video. So, let's read some comments. Hold on. 19-year-old Toyin. They don't say what happened. Yeah, okay, a black man did it. This stupid narrative, dark skin. How do you break a race down into another race, down into another race? You think racist white people are looking at brown skin and dark skin any different? Race and racism is a state of mind. Just like when you say dark-skinned black women, there's no such thing as dark-skinned black women. Then you're going to say brown-skinned black women. Now you're breaking race down into race down into race. You're breaking black down into black down into black. That don't make sense. So this is a delusion, a state of mind that these people experience. Dark-skinned black women are seen as disposable in this community, and it's really sad. That's a stupid narrative another YouTuber was pushing on her channel. So I believe she came from the other YouTuber channel. This is stupid. Dark skin, this is stupid. This is stupid. What, do dark skinned black people want to be their own race now? Like you want us to call you darkies? Like what do you want? Want us to call you darkies? Call you brownies? Call you lotties? Like, what do you want? This is stupid. But you are not disposable. Next. Yeah, rap videos, you got dark-skinned white women, Asian women, you got all types of women in rap videos shaking their butt. Next, more stupid people. So let's remember this comment. Let me find that video where she got this idea from, that dark-skinned people are more discriminated against. See, a white person will call you a nigger if you're brown skin, light skin, or dark skin. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right there. Nope, that's her picture, but that's not her. Let's go past all these protest live streams. Yeah, time travel isn't real, people. Mandela Effect isn't real, people. There she go.
Don't even get me started.
So the last comment we looked at, she got her idea from this person. Today we are discussing blah 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 and how she failed, how America failed her and other black women because of the false belief systems. That does not. You read it yourself. It's stupid for me to read. Like, I get dumb and dumber reading this stuff. So this is one of the people pushing the narrative of black, dark-skinned people are being done unjustly. You see, I had to pause. Because it's stupid. I'm like, it's stupid. I had to pause and think about it. And, yeah, you can read that by me. Now, the people who agree with her stupidity, she liked their comments. The ones who don't, she doesn't like, and she argues with them. Let's go to the ones that she doesn't like and argue with. As if she ain't deleted them yet. I like that one. This video made me even more done with labels. Yeah, because she labeled herself a dark-skinned black person as compared to what, or contrast to what. See, in the eyes of racists, everybody's a white person and everybody's a black person. So to a black person, anybody that's not black is white. To a white person, anybody that's not white is black. Besides Asians and Asians and Mexicans, anybody from Europe is white. They consider Jews white. So black people consider everybody from Europe and Jews white. Plain and simple. White people consider anybody black. Like you can be brown and you're still a nigger. You can be dark skinned, you're still a nigger. They're still gonna call you a nigger. Right? Again, race is a mental state of mind. So you change the mental state of the mind, you will get rid of race and racism. So where are the people at that disagree with this crazy lady? She's a crazy lady. Okay, you can read this comment, the top one, just read it yourself. Give you a second. Next, whatever. True too. There go Ann. There go Ann. Ann, how you find this video, Ann? Let me say hey to one of my colleagues. So let's read what one of them guys say. It's weird. It's like this being 3 lesbians started the movement. It's almost like any hate crime which do get passed or used to protect transgenders and not black people. So basically the movement itself is confused and people need to stop marching. I agree with that. She gotta work on her grammar, but I agree with that. Gotta work on that grammar. And stupid. It's a black woman and man at protests. So at these protests, so stupid. Man, it's black woman and man leading a protest. This is stupid, man. Let me find the ones that disagree with her. So, I guess. So sadly she was killed and not by a white male. Does her death matter less because a black man killed her? The media would say yes, her death matters less because a black man killed her. Yes, it matters less. They will say that. They won't say that. They will show that because they won't show it on TV. Not for 24 hours, like they do Black Lives Matter. Let's go to the next video. So let's see if Ann wrote back. Where you go, Ann? Where you go, Ann? Where you go, Ann? So it's weird that 3 lesbians started the movement, and it almost seems like any hate crime which do get passed are used to protect transgenders, not black people. I guess there's already hate crimes to protect black people. She knows that she's just trying to I guess make the argument about Black Lives Matter being a transgender homosexual black group that only stands for homosexuality, that only supports homosexuals, I guess. I mean, it's more to the comment than that, but read it yourself. We get what she's saying. We get what she's saying. So the last video, Black Lives Matter was talking about a transgender male who was killed. They went on and on talking about a transgender black male who was killed. So that's what Miss Ann is referencing. All right. You know, that hidden agenda, the hidden agenda by this group, that hidden agenda. The agenda not so hidden, people just don't notice it. Yeah, they don't notice that it's an agenda. Okay, this is an ignorant comment. This movement has been made about black men and disregard black women. Well, the news never shows, besides Sandra Bland, stupid name. Besides Sandra Bland, the news rarely shows black women. Or Tatiana Jefferson, you'll see more black men than women. But this is a stupid comment because it's not true. I could tell you, the movement don't disregard gay blacks. They love gay blacks. And they love gay whites because gay blacks and gay whites are one and the same. By one and the same, I mean homosexuality has no color, which it doesn't. So, which is a state of mind. Homosexuality is another state of mind. Let's continue. So there you go, China, second wave of coronavirus. Doug Collins, they'll go about the Wendy's fire. When I go to watch later, don't do history, do watch later. So let's keep strolling through this. I gotta watch that later. This is 34 minutes. Lori Vallow and Tolly Ryan visit police department. I gotta watch that later. He said, I'm addicted to dating older women. I gotta watch that later. Do y'all wanna watch that? It's TLC. They might block my black ass. Like copyright, TLC. It's just funny. Ahmaud Arbery. They already in court. The people who committed the crime are already in court so fast. And during a pandemic, they're already in court, doing court hearings. But Letitia Stouts can't get a court date to save her life, to start her proceedings. Letitia Stouts has not even had a preliminary hearing. But they have a preliminary hearing for Ahmaud Arbery. But they're moving fast. They're moving so fast with the Ahmaud Arbery hearing. So I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this month it comes back not guilty and you have more people protesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if it came back not guilty. I'm gonna be just to have more people protesting. I didn't see that. I gotta watch that later. The gospel of peace, once saved, always saved, and practical jokers. This is gonna be funny. Story behind a photo of a protester helping an injured counter-protester. I didn't know there were counter-protesters at George Floyd marches. I didn't know. I didn't know you had counter-protesters. A Black Lives Matter protester who carried an injured counter-protester. He just had to be white. He just had to be white. Couldn't be a black counter-protester. Just had to be white. Even though you got a bunch of white people who march with black people, for black people. Again, it's a delusion. Race is a state of mind. Race is not a skin color. It's a state of mind. You can come out of that state of mind. Let's continue. He just had to be white for the cameras, right? In London. That was London. Okay, that wasn't America then. Let's see. Shit. Got any video?
It was pretty hectic. It was almost like a stampede. There was lots of people. You know, there were people trying to protect him, but unsuccessfully. And then the guys went in there. They sort of put a little cordon around him to stop him receiving any more, physical harm. He was still. Yeah, he was under physical harm. You know, his life was under threat. And whilst they did that, I sort of just thought, well, if he stays here, he's not going to make it. So I just went under, scooped him up, put my shoulders and sort of started marching towards the police with him while sort of I could actually intervening and stopping.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Nice little stage scene. Let's continue. Let's talk about YouTube policy. So YouTube has a policy that says you cannot argue against events that happen that are well documented. So if someone wants to say Sandy Hook didn't happen, YouTube would take down your video and violate your free speech because they consider Sandy Hook a well documented event. Well, America cannot pass fake news laws. So America can't tell us that we can't say Sandy Hook was fake. Even though people can provide evidence that Sandy Hook was fake, evidence like you can run facial recognitions on the kids that died at Sandy Hook and compare them to the kids at the Super Bowl. So you can run facial recognition software. But America can't make laws like that because that would be against the First Amendment. That would be against calling out corruption in the government. So if we say the government is corrupt and they're running psychological operations, and we say, well, this is the psychological operation they're running, that's protected free speech. But since YouTube is a private company, they can say, well, if you say Sandy Hook is fake, we're going to take down your video. But America can't throw you in jail for saying Sandy Hook is fake. They cannot throw you in jail for saying the government is corrupt and setting up fake events. They can't do it. That would be against the First Amendment. That's why you don't see fake news laws in America. Now, what Trump is trying to do, I'm trying to see if Trump is trying to work around the First Amendment. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what Trump is doing. Is it for the good of the people or for the bad of the people? We will see. But they can't do it. They can't do it. They would have to rip their Constitution up to bring fake news laws to America. They would. Because in other countries, they say, we will fine you or send you to jail if you call our news fake. So, Singapore, if you call out propaganda in Singapore, they will take you to jail. Like, if you say a news story is fake and you show it's fake, they can fine you and take you to jail. Well, you can't do that in America because of the First Amendment, because of freedom, because of protection against speaking out against the devil. Can't do it. So if it's dumb, it's real dumb. It's dumb. But there's ways people in Singapore get around that. Like people in Singapore, other countries that have fake news laws, they will learn to adapt and work around the laws and continue to expose evil. So it's called adapting. Not conforming. You don't conform to oppression. You adapt to it and work your way around it. Flashbangs, do I want to look at that? No. Flashbangs go off at protests. Whatever. So London had protests for Black Lives Matter's George Floyd. That was London. I want to try that spicy sushi challenge. So where is this again? This is in California. So this restaurant, you see on screen the name, they have spicy sushi, that spicy sushi roll. It's supposed to be the hottest. They say it tastes good, but it's very hot. I want to try it. Imagine Dragons. I'm pretty sure Imagine Dragons are demons. Or they do work with demons. Now look at that shit. Do you see this? Imagine Dragons has a song called Demons. Yeah. Go figure, right? Who this by? Artist, Rick Nelson. I don't know. Let's see.
There we go. Oh God. I'm 360.
But they did a good job on the challenge. They ate it. Most people couldn't finish it, but they ate it. It looks good. Hot as hell though.
I feel like I want to try a little bit, but I don't know if that's a bad idea.
Fast forward.
It's like the wasabi oil kind of dulls the spices.
You know, the first time I saw this video, I never saw white people. Now it's getting to the point where when I click on videos, I don't notice or think about their race, which is a great thing. But like, I just remember when I first saw this video, I didn't see race, I didn't see color. I just saw two humans doing a food challenge. It didn't come to my mind to say, hey, these are two white people. It just didn't. So that's a great thing. You know, race is a state of mind. Racism is a state of mind. You can train it out your mind. Believe it or not. You can train it out your mind. You ain't gotta be like everybody else. You ain't gotta be what they tell you to be in the history books and on TV. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be race and racist and prejudice. You just don't. You don't. But wasabi. Wasabi. So, legal proceedings to chop traumas. Reno 911.
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis? Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Date of birth, tough guy? 0719. Yeah, keep trying, big boy. You ain't gonna get out of it.
Stupid. Oh, let me check some. He's silly as hell, man. Yeah. Well, there's nothing in there. That's why. Yeah. Well, there's nothing in there. Well, nobody had to check, see who's watching. Alright, let's continue. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Alright, let's go back to base. Well, that one person didn't show up. No, I went to the chat room. I didn't see the one person in the chat room, but it shows up on Prism Studio. But I couldn't see the one person in the chat room. Alright, one person, I see one person in the chat room. Is that Miss Taylor? Is that you, Miss Taylor? It's either Miss Taylor or it's that crazy stalker demon person. Or somebody else. So Miss Taylor, the crazy stalker demon person, or a different subscriber. I'm talking to the person that's watching. Or the one person that's watching. Maybe my number's off. Maybe my number's off. La-di-da. La-di-da. Hold on. Okay. Really?
Body was found in Tallahassee, Florida. Also, the body of 75-year-old Victoria Sims was also found. And 49-year-old Aaron Glee.
Whatever. We can watch this. Why check on something?
You being indifferent. This is a conspiracy. That's what this is. One big damn conspiracy! And everyone's in on it! Including her.
Today, I got the worst news and the best news. Obviously, we know what the worst news is, but the best news is that justice will be served. And I'll make sure that justice is served. She will pay 100% for this heinous thing she done.
That's the real mother of Gannon Stout. Gannon Stout, 11-year-old boy who was murdered in Colorado. That's his mother talking about Gannon's stepmother, Letitia Stout. Letitia Stout now charged with the murder of 11-year-old Gannon. She's been locked up out in Colorado for a while now, but now she's facing some new charges, and we got our hands on the probable cause affidavit.
Yeah, she tried to escape jail. Crazy story. They pushed the court dates back. Mental evaluation. Stupid story.
Take a look at it. Solicitation to commit escape. Oh my. Apparently she had a plot to break out of prison. In the affidavit it says that Ms. Rayshard stated the letter she received from Ms. Stout contained written plans for Ms. Stout's escape. I asked wherein these letters were, and Ms. Rayshard told me they were in her cell. So another inmate ratting on another inmate. Exactly. That's the way it works. Anyhow, bizarre development in a tragic case.
Happening today, Letitia Stout back in court where the judge ordered she take a competency test. She was Gannon Stout's stepmom and is now facing a number of charges related to his death, including first-degree murder. News 5's Colette Bordelon outside the courthouse to break down exactly what happened at the status conference today.
Letitia Stout will be taken to the state mental hospital for evaluation. Results of her competency test will be discussed in July. We spoke with a local attorney about what competency really means here in Colorado. He says it's about two things: whether or not you're able to help your defense attorneys prep your case, or that you can't understand what's going on in court. He does say that some of Stout's past behavior, including a new charge about her trying to escape from jail, could be pulled into the conversation about her competency. Plus, he says with or without the pandemic, this case was going to take a while.
I think the judge made the right call by just saying, I'm ordering the evaluation and we're going to go through the process because we want things done the right way.
Oh, let me see. So let me find the other video. Or some more videos.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
I wonder if I had that full video. Yep, that it. Like we're seeing Man in Black, right? This is the first Man in Black. This was my favorite scene when he's talking to Will Smith, and Will Smith just figured out there's more to life than it seems.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet. Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
So 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew people were alone on this Earth. Is that what he said? That's something like he said. Well, no, people aren't alone on this Earth. You have spiritual. I don't even like to call them spiritual because the Holy Spirit is the only one that matters. You have fallen little angels rolling around this planet that you're not able to see. You're not able to see right now. So that's what that is. Fallen angels. See, Men in Black call them aliens, but they're demons. And demons can look like anything. They can come in your dreams. They can look like anything they want to. They can look like a human. They can look like a monster. They can look like Bigfoot. They can look like anything. Then you have people who do third eye, who fast for 3 days, don't eat for 3 days. They meditate to some weird stuff. Meditate to music. I don't know what they're thinking about when they meditate. I don't do it. And then they open up their third eye, and that allows them to see demons. The demons tell them they're spirit gods. The demons lie to them. Sooner or later, the demons turn on them. And then people are admitted to psych ward. So that's how that happens. They become schizophrenic and they are admitted to psychological wards. Let's continue. Kind of like this one.
As
we're watching here, Vince, we're seeing a car that's been pulling up and pulling back, and now we see the white Bronco take off at a speed that's considerably faster than it's been driving before.
We can't identify that of the car, that it has apparently been playing some form of tag with the Bronco there. We don't know if it is, obviously there's some kind of an official vehicle, but we don't know what it is.
But look at the people standing on the freeway there, waving.
There are a number of people standing on the side of the road, and just the curious and also well-wishers. We watch people.
On behalf of the people of the state of Colorado, Gratiano.
Catherine Strobel, Kimberly Chalmers, on behalf of this staff who is in custody.
All right, we're here for filing of charges and entry of appearance in counsel. But before we start, I want to remind everyone that video or audio recording is prohibited. There is a pool camera that will provide footage to the media. I understand this is a digital age. I get it. And I know that some reporters use their electronic devices to take notes, to log a tweet, those kinds of things. You can use them to do that, so long as it does not create a distraction and there is no noise. However, if anyone is caught recording any portion of these proceedings, video, audio, photographs, anything like that, that person will be required to leave.
And you say on your oath that you have not addressed any black person as a nigger or spoken about black people as niggers in the past 10 years, Detective Furman.
That's what I'm saying, sir.
So that anyone who comes to this court and quotes you as using that word in dealing with African Americans would be a liar, would they not, Detective Furman?
Yes, they would.
All of them, correct?
All of them.
You'll try to find a bruise on there? You'll try to find a bruise on there?
Never. No.
He said if I had my way, I'd gather, all the niggers would be gathered together and burned. He said, the only good nigger is a dead nigger.
Officer Furman turned around, looked at me, and told me, I told you we'd get you nigger.
Around June 16, 2008, you were having significant marital problems with Cindy, were you not?
Not on that particular day, no.
And the issues with you moving out of the house was because Casey didn't want you around.
No, that wasn't the reason.
Outside somewhere, and they were outside a bank, and they were chanting. I don't know if they were chanting Attica or whatever they were chanting, but this is reminiscent of that. Sometimes,
it's strange to say that. It's strange to say that, Harold, because right now this crowd is chanting juice, juice.
Juice, 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 juice.
Mr. Anthony, do you know a woman by the name of Crystal Holloway?
I know her by that name and also another name.
Okay, what other name do you know her by?
River Cruz.
And how well do you know her?
Just someone who volunteered at our sites. Sometime maybe considered her a friend or someone who was going to be helping find our granddaughter.
And is it your testimony that she was just another volunteer?
Absolutely, just another volunteer.
Did you have a romantic relationship with her?
No, sir. No. To me, that's.
You say that, Harold, because right now this crowd is chanting juice, juice.
It is the filthiest, dirtiest, nastiest word in the English language. It will upset the black jurors. It'll issue a test, it'll give them a test, and the test will be, whose side are you on? The side of the white prosecutors and the white policemen? Or are you on the side of the black defendant and his very prominent and capable black lawyer? So not every hour.
Your affair with her.
I'm going to say this again. I did not have an affair with her, so the answer is no. Myself, my daughter, and God knows the truth.
Now, anyone else on this earth? Dog, anyone else you want to throw in there?
Crystal Holloway, KrystalHolloway.
Are you known by any other names?
Yes.
What name?
River Cruz.
Why do you use that name?
Well, my father used to call me River, and my mother's maiden name was Cruz.
Do you know George Anthony?
Yes.
Did you develop a relationship with Mr. Anthony?
Yes, sir, I did.
Was this an intimate relationship?
Yes.
And did Mr. Anthony go to your home or your apartment?
It was my home, and yes, he did.
Did there ever come an occasion where you had a heart-to-heart conversation with George Anthony as to what happened to his granddaughter?
Yes.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you were doing and how that all transpired.
The particular night that you're referring to,
Yes.
he was sitting on my couch, and I was sitting on the floor, and he had told me, he had said it was an accident that snowballed out of control, but I was in shock, and by the time I looked up, his eyes were filled with tears, and I didn't elaborate. I didn't ask him anything further.
Was this before Kaylee was found?
Yes, sir. It was around Thanksgiving time, I believe.
And were you prompting him? Were you asking him?
No, sir.
So the topic just came up, and
Well, not exactly. We were talking about his daughter. And if I'm not mistaken, I did mention I didn't think that he can raise somebody that
but don't give us your opinions. That's all right.
Your Honor, the witness is interrupted. The witness needs to be allowed to finish her version of what she said to Mr. Anthony before he made the statement.
I didn't think that he could raise somebody that was capable of harming her child. And that's when he said it was an accident that snowballed out of control. To the room, Casey was sitting on the floor crying, and I overheard her tell me that Kaylee had been gone for 31 days, and that Zanny had taken her. How did you respond to that?
Kato Kalin, BRIAN, KATOKAELIN.
You a little bit nervous today?
Feel great. A little nervous.
You seem real excited to have you come.
Sustained. Wouldn't you?
So you last saw the defendant standing by the Bentley at 9:35. Was that your testimony?
Is this foundation?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. Yes.
At 9:35?
It'd be to walk about 9:35, 9:36.
We were all drinking and goofing around and being loud and dancing and having a great time. And then at one point, OJ grabbed Nicole's crotch and said, "This is where babies come from, and this belongs to me." And Nicole just sort of wrote it off like it was nothing, like she was used to that kind of treatment.
I was concerned about my smallest Yorkie. We have 2 Yorkie puppies. And the smallest one was having some issues where she was extremely tired all the time. And both of the dogs would eat the bamboo leaves out in the back. So I started looking up sources from the backyard that could potentially cause her to be more sleepy than it would affect the larger dog. And I started looking up chlorophyll, and then that prompted me to look up chloroform.
Right now, you told him that something had happened to Kaylee and Casey was lying?
Sir, definitely something happened to Kaylee. She's no longer with us. And Casey was the last one that I saw with Kaylee. 1 and 1 adds up to 2, sir, in my mind. And no matter how you're trying to spin it, I'm upset because my granddaughter is missing. I don't know where she's at. I was told that someone had taken my granddaughter, forcibly removed her from my daughter, or my daughter dropped her off at some house. I'm trying to put all the stories and information together, sir. Was I running on pure emotion and drive and demanding answers? That is my right as a father and a grandfather.
African Americans cannot hear these offensive words. The evidence will show that this careless, slipshod, negligent collection, handling, and processing of samples by basically poorly trained personnel from LAPD has contaminated, compromised, and corrupted the DNA evidence in it.
While there's an enormous amount of evidence for the 12 jurors to process, they're also trying to process this. Just what to make of the 25-year-old accused of killing her daughter.
When the jurors are looking up, just they can't help but see her. They don't miss a trick.
And both sides are trying to present the Casey they want the jury to see. From the prosecution, a cold-hearted party girl who danced while her daughter was supposedly missing. From the defense, the image of a caring mother devastated by her child's loss.
I was made aware of it some time ago. I can't the exact nature of how I got to have knowledge of duct tape. I could have seen it on the internet or some discovery that was left out there. I'm not really sure.
You told Mr. Ashton that you never had any duct tape. Were you in possession of that duct tape?
I don't remember that duct tape, whatever you're talking about. I remember that being exactly at my home. I mean, I've had tapes and stuff for many years. I mean, I've purchased duct tape at different places. I'm not.
As an upper garment, and she had on dark, lightweight sweatpants and started yelling, "He's going to kill me, he's going to kill me."
They broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
Going nuts.
And you smell the smell of human decomposition.
I already had the smell, sir, and I opened up the trunk with this gentleman alongside with me to see what was back there.
And you smelled a more pungent smell of human decomposition.
To be honest, at that point, all I found, sir, in the back of the trunk of the car was a bag full of garbage.
Does that mean that these characteristics that Mr. Simpson has that are also found in the Bundy Walk bloodstain are only found in approximately 1 out of 170 million Caucasians or African Americans?
Yes, approximately.
Describe that material or that blood staining as matching Nicole Brown. Is that right?
That's correct.
Can you include him as a candidate who could have worn the shoes that created the impressions in this case?
Yes, I could include him as a candidate for possibly having worn those shoes. Although he looked like Tarzan, you know, he was walking more like Tarzan's grandfather.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just gotta get your spacing if you're working out with the wife, if you know what I mean. Andy, Mr. Simpson,
Mark Furman came up to you and told you he'd made some discovery. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so that we're clear, it was Mark Furman who allegedly found this glove out there near Kayla's room. Is that correct? Outside?
Yes.
And it was Mark Furman who allegedly found this spot on the outside of the Bronco. Is that correct? Detective Furman. And it isn't their egos and how much money they can make or how many talk shows they can appear on. This case is a circus, and they've made it a circus. And I know that you've tried to do everything you could to prevent that.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
What more does anyone need out there to understand that we have now demonstrated this man had motive, He had opportunity, and now he's claiming the Fifth Amendment out of his own mouth.
In the Circuit Court for the 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida, State of Florida versus Casey Marie Anthony. As to case number 2008 CF 15606-0. As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we all, dated at Orlando.
Well, let me come back to Mark Furman for a minute, just so it's clear. Did he lie when he testified here in this courtroom, saying that he did not use racial epithets in the last 10 years? Yes. Is he a racist? Yes. But the fact that Mark Furman is a racist and lied about it on the witness stand does not mean that we haven't proven the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
And a genocidal racist, there's no doubt about that. But there's really no doubt either that they played with this sarcasm. And if that can happen, that's a reasonable doubt for this case. Period. End of sentence. End of case.
Last night, about this case and their theory and how it didn't make any sense and how it didn't fit and how something is wrong, it occurred to me how they were going to come here and stand up here and tell you how O.J. Simpson was going to disguise himself. He was going to put on a knit cap and some dark clothes, and he was going to get in his white Bronco and this recognizable person and go over and kill his wife. That's what they want you to believe. That's how silly their argument is. And I said to myself, maybe I can demonstrate this graphically. Let me show you something. This is a knit cap. I'm going to put this knit cap on. And you can see me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It does.
There is a motion from Mr. Zansberg on behalf of the Associated Press.
When one of the murder victims.
Nearly 40 minutes out of an hour, we have seen a man who perhaps is the worst kind of racist himself. Someone who shoves racism in front of everything. Someone who compares a person who speaks racist comments to Hitler. A person who murdered millions of people. This man is the worst kind of human being imaginable. He compares racism of its worst kind in this world to what's going on in this case. He has suggested that racism is the foundation of the police department, of our justice system, and only these jurors are capable of fixing everything that has been going on in history. This man is sick.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right. Then we're going to recess. Thank you.
All rise.
Get your water shot.
All right, Mr. Simpson, would you please stand and face the jury? Mrs. Robertson.
Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson.
Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
The rumors have gotten so bad. I pretty much have been told at least 10 different ways that these people have these conspiracy theories. I guess they watch a lot of law shows and maybe they have all these theories on how Gannon is dead. And that's what they're saying. So I'm like, why are you saying Gannon is dead? He is not dead. We are going to find Gannon. And that's the main goal that we all have, my family has. Just because you haven't seen us, we have that same goal, and we've been out searching. My aunt has been out searching. My family has been out searching. We all have been doing that together so that we can protect each other.
How does it feel when not only you have a lost child who you are in care of, but then people blaming you for that child not being there?
You know, I'm just ready for Gannon to come home. Most importantly, for him to see his family. But second, I am going to be so ecstatic when I'm able to say to people that I hope they have a really sincere apology for all these theories that have came out online, for all the things they said that I have done or people have done. I just want everyone to know that we're going to find Gannon. And I love him so much. I've helped taking care of him for so long.
Can you talk to me a little bit about him? I don't know him.
Gannon is so kind, and he loves to play video games. That's one of his favorite things. He loves Sonic and Mario, and you know, he's always helpful, and he was always so helpful with the dogs around the house, and we have 2 little cute dogs, and he was always like a person I could say, Gannon, can you go do this? And he would do it right away. You know, sometimes with kids we have to remind them and things like that, and that's okay, but he was so sweet and able to help anyone. He could notice when you're sick and say, are you okay? And such a kind heart.
I know you just said that you can't say anything about the investigation, so you can just say so again if you can't answer this, but is there anything we can hear about the hike? Was there a hike? That just seems like rumors right now.
You know what? Could we bring my daughter up here? Because she can go and say that, you know, she came home from work after the hike, and she can verify that Gannon was at our home.
Okay, yeah, that's fine with me. And if she doesn't want to, that's okay, but you're allowed to ask. Not an okay so far?
Yes, I need Harley. Because they want you to verify was Gannon at home after the hike. Because you didn't go to the hike, but you came home from work.
What about here?
Huh?
Do you want me to just say yes?
No, just answer the question. Yes, you came home from work, and you can verify Gannon was at home. Yeah. I told her she didn't have to be too in-depth because she is still, you know, a child, but I want to make sure that someone knows that there's another person to verify that Gannon.
Sure.
Does she need to hold this?
No.
Yes, so I came home later that evening. I was at work, and I can verify that he was there that night.
So there was a hike that you guys went on, but then you guys came home?
Yes.
Where'd you guys go hiking?
Garden of the Gods.
Oh, the Gods, okay. I guess when...
And then we ate Burger King afterwards, so, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then it just was, I'm going to go to play at a friend's house. And then it was just, I'm off to go to play at a friend's house.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to comment on that anymore, and for that reason is because some things have been turned and twisted, and you know, that was one of those stories you were talking about where people say things. We had to hear things like who would let their child go out at dark and things like that, and that's just why I don't want to answer that. If I had to give, I'm not gonna say that part.
That's okay.
Never mind.
That's right.
I can take that out.
I understand that it gets tricky with
Yeah.
stuff. Do you feel like I asked you what I need to? Do you feel like this is going to help kind of turn the tide of what feels like a witch hunt, in my opinion?
I hope. Am I on camera now?
You are still.
Okay. I think that a lot of people can see that I'm not missing and see that I am being cooperative. But to me, it's okay that they think those things because the way someone thinks about me, I don't have a problem with that. My main thing is I would never want someone to think that I would hurt Gannon or any of the children in our home, because that's just not the case. I've spent my whole entire life working so hard in education. There was even things online that was talking about my education license and I shouldn't even be a teacher, and they just didn't know that. Like, we moved on a military move, and I didn't finish out my contract, so I gave up my license in that state. It had nothing to do with any criminal activity, you know, or any of those things. And it just got blown out of proportion on my professional status, you know. And
do you feel like these are just internet detectives who think they know what they're doing?
It definitely is. And, you know, here's the thing that kind of saddens me. It's like, if you're going to talk about someone like that and have a witch hunt out for them, why would you even care, like, about doing those things because this is a child. You're telling me that you're just as mean, you're just as hateful to talk about someone else like that. That's how I feel. Like, we just should not, we should all come together and wait until the end and see what happens, because Gannon's going to come home.
Any message for Gannon?
The message for Gannon I have is, Gannon, when you get here, you'll be able to truly tell what happened. And then I really hope I get a sincere apology from everyone who has made all those things, especially from my husband. We just wanted to add a message to Gannon from my family, is that we love you and miss you, and we hope that you come home soon. And Gannon, I can't wait till you can come home and let everyone know that you're okay. We love you. The rumors have gotten so bad.
Okay, so Hannah.
Shots, and where did you go?
Okay, Hannah was just brief.
And we begin tonight as we began last night with an R. Kelly interview, a new R. Kelly interview. I never imagined that R had more to give after the show he put on for Gayle King yesterday, but he did. Oh, yes, he did. This morning on CBS, part 2 of the R. Kelly interview. I hope there's a part 3. I hope there are 1,000 parts to this because I can watch this every day. R. Kelly is a very strange man. He told Gayle King, he said people were stealing all his money, so 3 weeks ago he went to the bank, said this was the first time he'd been to the bank in his life. Can you imagine? 52 years old, first time he's been to a bank. Why are these pens chained to this desk? This is not... The police should be looking at this instead of me. Anyway, R. Kelly claims people have been stealing his money, so he went to his local Bank of America to see if he could find it.
I was so tired of not knowing where my money was, what my publishing is.
Isn't that on you then?
Huh?
Isn't that on you?
A lot of it's on me.
That you didn't know where your money is?
A lot of it's on me.
And people say he doesn't have money because he had to pay so much in settlements. What do you say about that?
Lie.
He really knows how to sell it. R. Kelly, by the way, is currently in jail. He was taken into custody yesterday for failure to pay child support. He went straight from Gayle to jail, and it's very interesting the way he speaks to Gayle King because there's one person interviewing him, Gayle, but he makes his case to everyone in the room but her.
How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife?
Use your common sense. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. They lie on the internet. They post a picture on Instagram and say flawless, and they've been in the mirror for 2 hours, beating their face.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
You know how easy it is? Gayle, do you know how easy it is for somebody to get on the blogs, P-L-O-O-O-G, to get on the blogs and type some stuff and push some stuff up in there in the computer?
Well,
anybody can make up a story on the internets and on the Facebooks. If I was supposed to do all of this stuff, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80 women, I trapped. Why would I do that? Over friend, why would I do that? Why would I trap this? Why would I do that?
You sound like you're playing the victim here.
These people trying to assassinate my character.
Your ex-wife says you abused her, Robert.
13 lies.
Gotta hand it to him. He's playing this pretty cool. At one point, I think he was yelling at the plant in the background, right? He cried, he yelled. It was almost like he was trying to get a spot in the Supreme Court. And it got wilder from there as he reminisced about his marriage of 13 years.
13 years being married. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes. Can somebody get this?
I don't want no tissue. I'm gonna leave. Look, man, look. I'm telling y'all. I flew in on a helicopter with a damn puppy, and I
ate the puppy? I don't know. I don't know who decided to trust this man with a puppy on a helicopter, but that person should be in jail today, too. And this is the masterstroke, I thought. So to defend himself against allegations of weird and illegal and inappropriate sexual relationships, to prove he's a normal and respectful guy, R. Kelly brought in both of his live-in girlfriends to support him.
What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah,
we
that's
live
what it
with
is.
him, and we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
You just said it.
A very strong relationship as
Both
well.
of you?
Yes, most definitely.
Right, most definitely. It's no different than The Bachelor. He's got a helicopter, he's got a puppy, he's got multiple girlfriends living in the house. The only difference really is they have sex, and The Bachelor doesn't, I guess. But with all this craziness happening, it's easy to forget that R. Kelly is a musician, and I think it's important to remind everyone of that. So we put something together today that combines both his interview with Gayle King and his biggest hit.
I believe I can lie. I believe I've been buried alive. How can I get paid? Spread my wings and I flew in on a helicopter. I believe I can fly.
Yeah, so there you go. That's available on YouTube. I am Jimmy Kimmel, and I am not allowed to eat this cookie until you click the subscribe button. So please click now. I'm hungry.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We're going to begin with your big explosive interview.
He actually said he welcomed the opportunity to speak. And boy, did we let him speak. I am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
Because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of all the lies. The shit I'm hearing in the barbershops. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Okay, so Hannah.
Shots and where did you go?
Okay, Hannah was just brief because earlier in the broadcast they said they interviewed the students. So Hannah was just brief on what to tell the media and what not to tell the media. That's what happens during these interviews with police. They tell you what not to tell and what you can't say about the investigation.
I was by the library with my friends. We were having just a normal day, and then I was with I think like 4 other friends, and there was gunshot. We heard a gunshot, and we didn't really know.
And you're not sure if you was with 4 friends. Come on, girl, get it right. Come on. I know you probably frightened, but come on.
What the gunshot was. We thought that maybe someone like dropped their books because there was someone like behind the planter like covering their head. Well, I thought they were like grabbing something, and then we heard 2 more, and there was just something in my gut that told me that this wasn't right, and I thought that I was actually gonna die. So my friends and I, we all just grabbed our we didn't even grab our stuff, we left our stuff, and we just sprinted out of the school, and we ran all the way up to Jason's house, whose parents were nice enough to let about 10 of us in, and we just waited there for our families. But the first shot, I didn't know what it was. The second...
You ran all the way to your friend's house with Jason's house, to your friend's house to wait for your parents. Why did y'all come back to the school to do an interview? Like, why are you back at the school, back on the scene doing the interview, young lady? You would think you would be at home with your parents so they can console you. We don't do that. That's not natural to go back to the school. It's not natural to run from the school, go to a friend's house, then come back to the school to do an interview.
The 2 second shots,
she says a lot. Why does she say a lot?
It was just when we heard it, I never heard a gunshot before, but I could tell what it was. It wasn't anything like I've heard before. And just hearing that go on and knowing that there are...
You hear gunshots on TV all day, every day in movies. You know what gunshots sound like?
Kids out there getting emotional. Knowing that the kids are out there, it's a very traumatizing experience. And then there were gunshots as we ran out of the school, and I'm just so lucky that I didn't get hit, and neither did my friends. But I'm really sorry for those parents whose kids got hit.
I can only imagine, and we really appreciate you sharing that story with us, because I can't imagine for you what it was like being inside a house. You don't have your cell phone on you, so you don't know exactly what's going on. What were you guys talking about? What was going inside that home?
So did she the parents came and got her from Jason's house. Then when the parents came and got her, they went back to the school to do an interview. Why?
You knew what was happening at your school?
There was a lot of crying. There was, surprisingly, I think normally I get emotional, I start crying, but I guess I just shocked. I'm still in shock a little bit, and I didn't. I was calling their parents. They were freaking out. We were all talking about the gunshots. We were comforting one another, and then the news went on, and we looked when we turned the news on. What we saw at the first sight was someone giving CPR to a kid, and that broke all of our hearts because we knew that kid wasn't going to make it. And just right there where that happened, it was where kids sit. It was where kids have fun. It was where lunch and...
So they're at the friend's house watching this on the news, and and she herself, by herself, decided to come back to the school to do an interview.
Friends come together, and knowing that someone basically was fighting for their life right there, someone was shot right there, it's very sad. And it's also just seeing everyone else. A few of my friends said that they saw the shooter shoot. They didn't see anyone go down, and then a few other people said that they didn't see the...
Like, slow down your talking. You want to say a lot. Like, you're trying to remember what to say. When you're talking too fast and you're saying like, kind of slow down.
Shooter shoot, but they saw a few of their friends go down too. And they were traumatized, and I was trying to comfort them, but at the same time, you can't really do that because there's just nothing that you can really say because you weren't there to see it. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. And everyone was frantically calling their mom. I remember I had to borrow someone's phone, and my hands were shaking. I actually called 911 because the people inside, they said that someone else would call 911, but I was like, I got a call, so I was calling, and my hands were shaking, and they took a while to pick up, so I was like tearing up, and when I called them, I was like, there's a school shooting at Saugus, and I didn't even believe the words that came out of my mouth.
You was already at the friend house. Yeah, didn't you say y'all ran? You was outside and y'all ran to the friend's house because you thought you heard books drop, but you didn't know it was gunshots, so y'all was outside, and y'all ran to Jason's house, and Jason's parents let y'all in. Then y'all turned on the news.
I said there's a school shooting in Saugus, and they asked me for a description, and I didn't have a description, so I started like frantically yelling. I'm like, did anybody see the shooter? What's going on? And then when I finally figured out when I got a description, then I okay, well, stay safe. So they hung up, and
Oh, okay. They could have found somebody who was actually at the school to do an interview with. Because again, she said she was outside and she ran from the school and didn't see anything.
I heard the sirens, and I felt a little bit better.
And Hannah, now that you are still at the school, I know you have been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying, and are you waiting for them, or why still stand here outside your school?
Well, my parents are up at the front of the house right now. They're waiting for me, but I went to the front of the house, or the front of school, because I saw on live television one of my friends, Adolfo Ramirez. He was right outside the front of the school, and I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. And yeah.
Oh Lord, whatever. You was at the friend's house and waiting on your parents.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've
Let's watch that again.
And I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. The front of school.
Still stand here outside. You're still at the school. I know you have been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying. And
I heard the sirens, and I felt a little bit better.
And Hannah, now that you are still at the school, you've been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying. And are you waiting for them, or why still stand here outside your school?
Well, my parents are up at the front of the house right now. They're waiting for me, but I went to the front of the house, or the front of school.
And why did you go back to the school again? Say to hug a friend or what? That they couldn't find nobody else to interview? Like, what's going on with that? Anyway, let's continue this.
I saw on live television one of my friends, Adolfo Ramirez. He was right outside the front of the school, and I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay.
Okay, she just wanted to be on camera. She just wanted to be on camera.
And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to.
I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to all morning, and still.
Big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay.
I'm just looking at how she looks when he walks away and she walks away.
And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to all morning, and still a very active scene. You could just see that law enforcement presence behind me here at Saugus. Over 2,000 students attend this high school. So many impacted. I know Marco Robles has been reporting how most of them have been at the hold of their kid. Back to you.
11:15 on the rest.
Set depending on the condition.
To get more information.
Say that there's not the sheriff.
We still.
And from there you can.
We still waiting on the press conference from the sheriff.
Get an idea. You know, what are we missing? What point and information is that they share what it is.
Wait to get an update on this news conference here. And you and everyone.
Okay, let's switch lives. Let's switch. She got me doing it now.
Enforcement, not just your expertise with LA.
Let me go back to where I was. Where is it?
Watching. But are there enough law enforcement officers and just your expertise for this region in LA County and other jurisdictions here in Southern California to deal with this? Yes.
What were the signs leading up to it, if there were?
Yeah, Sheriff Alex Villanueva tweeted just a few minutes ago.
Let me see if I missed any interviews.
Away, it may not be able then by authorities.
Okay, here go one. I don't know who this is. Let her introduce herself.
You know, I never. The suspect. We do want to speak to Bianca Cuevas. She is actually lives on this street, but also used to go to Saugus High School.
Right. Yes, I did recently transfer to Saugus and then back to Canyon, and it was just to see my house on the news. It absolutely terrified me. I never believed to see it this day come ever. I don't know what to think about it.
I can't imagine, obviously, the morning you've had, but have you ever seen this suspect?
She doesn't go to the school, so, I mean, she doesn't go to the school. So I can imagine the morning she had. She just turned on the TV, went outside, and somehow y'all got bumped heads and did an interview.
Yeah.
Before on this street, I understand you just moved in a few weeks ago.
No, I've never seen him go outside at all.
Do you not recognize the family?
She's never seen him go outside, but if you go back in my video, the old guy they interviewed said he's seen that kid play with the ball